Okay, this morning we are going to customize a tadpole to put into our towed overdrive and distortion pedal. There is a pair of preloaded boards provided with the tadpole kit. One is a bright and one gives you a mid-scoop tone, and then there's 3 blank ones provided for you to put your own capacitors on and come up with your own tones. The one I've got loaded up on my little stand here has some of the capacitors already fitted, so I thought I'd show you how to remove them first and then put some new caps on. The standard capacitors are 0603 footprints. We're going to fit some 0805 surface mount, but there's also some holes provided for through-hole capacitors as well. So you've got a choice of which components you'd like to use depending on what you've got in your workshop. I'll remove the current ones first. I've got a little tweezer iron for that, which makes life very easy. Pick it up on either side. It's easier when you have the right tools. Okay, what I normally do if I'm hand loading surface mount components is just pop a little bit of solder on one side of the footprint to be able to tack the capacitors onto. If you've got solder paste and a hot air gun for reflow soldering, that's fabulous. I'm just trying to show people how to do it who might not have the right tools. So we're going to go for a dark fuzzy tone here. Tad 1's going to be 4.7 nanofarad, so I'll just grab that one. Got a nice fine tip soldering iron for the job. So that's tacked on one side, and then we just solder it. Just let the solder flow underneath the pad. Okay, so Tad 3 is 10 nanofarad, which is just down here. The instruction book also tells you how to replace these and where to replace them. Tad 2, we're going to go for 47 nanofarad. Oops, missed it. They are small. Sometimes it's a good idea not to have a cup of coffee before you do this job. Keep your fingers nice and steady. And the last one I'm going to put in, Tad 4, is going to be a 33 nanofarad. Again, just tack the one side on and then solder the other side. I find surface mount to be as easier than through hole, so don't be frightened of it. When you use the 0805 or the through hole footprints, you have to add a couple of solder bridges on each of the Tad positions because that links the tracks through to the header. So again, this is shown in the handbook, shows exactly where to bridge these solder points. They're just solder pads that are specifically put there to put a bridge across, so it's very easy just to pop a bit of solder on there and bridge it if you want to use that footprint. So look, that's one customized tadpole. We'll pop that into the toad now, and then we'll do some tone tests afterwards. Prefer to use a hand screwdriver because you don't want to start cross-threading screws. Pop these screws off. The main reason for the bottom screws here is A, to stop it rattling, and B, we give it a really good electrical earth to every panel that way. and stop any noise interference from radio signals. Just another reason why Toad is so very quiet. You'll see the circuit board in there. There's our neutral tadpole that the unit came with. I'll just pop him out. There's an IC extraction tool provided with the Tadpole kit, which makes it easy just to pull him out. I shall grab the... Oh, there's something I forgot to do. Silly me. We have a little point for a label to be able to write a label on there with a little pen. And that matches the label I've written in the custom Tadpole capacitor section of the handbook. Because a lot of these surface mount capacitors aren't marked with values, so you don't really know what's in there after you've done it. That's it. Just put the new Tadpole in there. Line up the screw. Of course, if you use the bright or the mid-scoop Tadpole, you don't have to do all the soldering that I did just before. The choice is yours. It's your pedal. Don't do up the bottom screws too tightly. Enough to hold it in place. Right, there we have our Toad pedal with a dark, muddy, fuzzy Tadpole built in, which I'll now take over to Tom to get him to throw on his guitar and amp and see what sound we get out of it.
What's that? Here we have the Audile Toad with the Tadpole loaded for some dark fuzz tones. I've just been playing a Toad with the bright Tadpole loaded, and now we're just going to take a look at some fuzz tones with this. Okay, so we're about to take a look at some tones now. I'm just going to have a quick play on the Toad loaded with the bright Tadpole, and then we'll jump over to the dark fuzz just after that. I'm just going to add a little bit more gain because this one sounds really cool when you really push it.